Okay, I think we're live. Looks like we're live. Josh making several comments, which means at least the chat is working. I'm seeing people chatting. Hello, Josh. Hello, Eric. Eric says, happy holidays all. Thanks for giving me something to watch while I wrap presents. Hell yeah. I have to go build a, whatever these things are called, a something triangle for my kids. I gotta say, I was not enthralled with the idea of buying a triangle, a wooden triangle. Like, what kind of prices are they charging for these things? What the? I actually asked my wife, I was like, is it okay if I just build this myself? This is so ridiculous. Hello, freaking Hobbs. Hello, everyone. Okay, so let's return to our universe. Supreme Ruler, Ultimate, Shattered World scenario, playing as Texas. A quick recap for us. We started off our lives, our livelihood, whatever, as our supreme rulership of Texas. And our first order of business was to eliminate Mexico. Every form of Mexico. So we did. We started off by taking out New Mexico because they're the New Mexico. So they, well, I mean, honestly, they were just the smaller fish. So it felt like it was the right thing to do to go after them first. We didn't want to broadcast our intentions too quickly. Eliminated them before they really knew what was going on. And then Mexico, which probably knew that Texas's disdain for all things Mexican was soon to be switched, like the bullseye switched to them. Tortuga, you're late to the party, or did you leave the party to stream? By the way, I'm not sure. I assume it is live. I'm watching video right now, and it shows the video going up live for 2 minutes and 5 seconds is what it says right now. But that's probably already in the past. Anyway, hey, I love this game a lot and play it like every day. Can we play together sometime? I have not done so. Multiplayer games are on this. It's so funny. I have to like arrange multiplayer game times. Gone are the days when I can just spontaneously have multiplayer games. It's the life of a family. Things have to be scheduled, everything has to be organized. I guess it makes you a better person that you can't just spontaneously do whatever you want all the time. But it's also a little difficult. So the big order of business, of course, that Mexico has fallen. I mean, Texas, Mexico is now what exists, but it used to be Mexico itself. Now it's Texas, Mexico, or we might as well call it Texico. Now my plan is to bide my time and see which of the neighboring states, American states, is most likely to be the recipient of my ire. And Oklahoma, with only 3 neutrals, not a great... Oh, Colorado. Okay. So we're going to unfortunately make even uglier our borders before we beautify them. Obviously, taking Oklahoma would make us into... I mean, really what we should do... Okay, let's just do it this way. We got to take over Oklahoma, and then we got to take over Arizona, and then we have to take over this part of California, and then we will be a beautiful blob. Won't we? Thanks, Fraken, for telling me it's live. Yeah. So, but before we do any of that, we have a little bit of tidying, a little business keeping, accounting to do. I'm going to send a lot of units to reserve, and I hate to say it, not that it's going to be a big surprise to some people who have been watching with my rising levels of frustration with the B2. This thing is $33.5 billion a year. $33.5 billion a year. My current daily deficit, my expected yearly deficit is about 6 times that, 5 times that. So I can cut 1/5 of my deficit by getting rid of the B2. So that is what I plan to do. Actually, I'm going to sell off our B2, and I'm not sure where we're going to sell it to. It's probably going to go to Germany because we have some friends over here in Central Europe, and I think that they'll be willing to buy it. I mean, who wouldn't want to buy the B2? But it's just, the thing is just too damn expensive, and I want B-52s. I want B-52s. I want ground pounders. I want smash them. Talking, he says stealth paint ain't cheap. Yeah, man, 30 to the tune of 33.5 billion. It's, it's just beyond the price that I can afford. And I always say this. It's really cool to be in the position to make the decision where you're scrapping the B2 project. It's so cool. It's so super advanced, and like in real life Tortuga, I marvel at the B2. It's a technological marvel, right? But then when you're counting pennies or whatever, counting beans, you're a bean counter, you're starting to think, this B2 sucks. It's way too inefficient. So we're going to look into alternatives, which is, again, this is exactly what the United States really does. They really do look into alternatives. So let's show obsolete and replaced units just to see what we have. We don't have a single strategic bomber design. Okay, fine. Why don't you show me tactical bombers? At least, okay, we have something here we can work with. So let me go back and turn this off. By the way, note to self, we're going to have to pick up at some point a strategic bomber of some kind. I mean, this is just insane. So we probably have a lot of designs available for us over here. Now the B-21 Raider is essentially the evolution of the B-2 Spirit. This is supposed to be built in 2025, so it's a futuristic tech. It still suffers from the same problem where combat time is only 2. Compare this to our B-52D, which is not the B-52H, which is what I was hoping to see. Actually, so let's go back and turn on obsolete and replace units, because if we have the B-52H in here, that would be my preference. No, we really don't have it. Anyways, let's look at the B-52D. This only has a combat time of 2? This only has a combat time of 2. Okay. This is very good information. I have obviously done something horribly wrong. Because B-36s, they'll stay over the target and they will drop tons of ordnance. Tons of ordnance. Now, I thought that the reason why the B-2 was not dropping a ton of ordnance is because of its combat time, but apparently that's not the case. I imagine what you're supposed to do, by the way, I mean, this is my speculation. I imagine what you're supposed to do with the B-2 is carry missiles with it. I mean, it's definitely very capable of dropping enormous, even super nuclear payloads. But what is it that keeps this thing? Is it the strength 12? I can't fathom why a B-36 can go and drop a lot of ordnance. A lot of ordnance. And a B-2 cannot. I'm just trying to piece it together from, okay, maybe it's supplies. 216, 396, 444. Okay, this at least trends in the correct direction. Ocularius asks if he's missed too much. No, almost nothing. Berserker says technological marvels are expensive. Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That we all want the world. We want the F-22. I want the F-22. But when it comes down to it, we're probably I don't know. I'm not in a position to make such decisions, or to even like speculate on them. That's how completely unknowledgeable I am on the topic. But I imagine the reason the F-22 was canceled is a good one, because it's just too expensive for what it does. And you can probably get 2 F-35s with the economy of scale and all that. You can probably get 2 F-35s to do the job, and those will do the job just as well. Even one of those will probably do the job just as well for now. I mean, God forbid we even have to use them, right? Okay, I don't understand the difference still between all these different things. I'm still hoping that somebody in chat will come along and correct me, but at least the soft attack and the hard attack on this thing is insane. It's definitely bigger. So 265, 240, but the B-2 has really high numbers itself. So what makes the B-52 able to drop, and then B-36? I might even just go back and build B-36s, because they're so effective. Now they'll be eaten up by ground to air, AA, but I just don't know like the B-1B. This is not stealth. I mean, this thing should just carry a crap. I mean, look at the missile capacity on this thing. Oh my gosh, it can carry 576 missiles. Oh my gosh. 360, 360, 288. I mean, I don't know where the 96. I don't know where the B-52H sits in this. It probably sits pretty high up as well. But the B-1B carrying almost 600. This is insane. Yeah. I don't know. So Chaotic Order has arrived. I remember New Chaotic Order was giving us some helpful advice last time. Get the cheaper Russian or even Japanese trap bombers. It can just reach pretty far. It's literally the same. Just can fight far away. Yeah. And it carries a bunch of missiles. You don't need the range at all. Yeah, I don't need the range, but my question for you, New Chaotic Order, is my experience with B-36s is they can stay around and circle and drop a lot of bombs. But my B-36, my B-2 does not do that. It certainly has the range to stay on target. But hey, thanks, Goodman. Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year. And to 2021, a better year for all of humanity. We all hope. Thanks, Goodman, for leaving a contribution. Yeah, this is befuddling to me. And this is, of course, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way you view it, one of those things that Tortuga bogs down on. What is making this B2 so much less effective than my previous B-36s? Because, I mean, okay, look at. We can load up. Do I have. I may not have brought it. Yeah, I have. Okay, so I can load up a war with China. Let me just save this real fast. Why not test it out, right? So let's do November. So this is a new stream. Let's do stream. This is 24 begin. We'll save that. We'll come back. But let me go over to China. My war with China. Just jump around. This is fun. Pretty sure I was... Yeah, so I'm at war with China here. Now, let me bring in the B-36s. This is already 1963, so this is beyond the heyday of the B-36s. Nobody would question that. But let's see how well they do. Oh, man, we just missed them. They just bombed. We'll wait for them to go back, and then we'll just launch them into Beijing. See how they do. Do I have some here? 5. Okay, I have some right here. They're up to 100. Okay, go. Go, my friends. Go be free. And we'll speed it up. Okay, now we'll slow it down. Look at this! They eliminated the entire stack here. Wait. Look at that. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. Welcome, Mangini. Look at the enormous damage. Look at the enormous damage. Look at the enormous damage. Oh my gosh, B-36s in the Cold War start. And look at this guy. He's dropped so many bombs and he's still on target. So now he, after eliminating, what was that, like 10 units? Let's bring in another B-36 group. Just might as well test it out. We'll bring some troops close enough to essentially do recon. I mean, I gotta say, this makes me love the Cold War start a lot. So, let's see. Yeah, okay, this is a good point, Neri. That's a very good point. We have to chance, and this is why I think the B-36s are very effective in this. My question is more that they drop more. It seems that they can drop more bombs, because if you notice that those B-36s drop bombs on like 6 hexes. Anyways, that was a lot of damage. Let's see the next wave come in. And if you remember the the B2. Okay. So look, right now they've dropped on a target, just obliterated Daxing. And they are at 94%. Okay. Now they've dropped on Beijing, and one of them has gone back. They are at 94%. They have dropped and destroyed Beijing, and they are at 81%. They leave at 50%, which I think it's 50% fuel, 50% ammo. I'm not sure, but that's the way I think it works. And look, they're still on target. And I can leave them there for a long time. We don't have to worry about this. Oh, they're dropped on something else. Somebody just came up the road. They bombed that too. Now, if I can, let's go back to... We'll just do a little playtesting here. We'll eventually get back into the Texas gameplay. But we can go back to my December 11th end. So basically the beginning of last stream. And now let's send out my B2 against any target. There should be some targets. Okay, there's some targets down here. Let's just send them out over here. Let's just see how long he stays on the attack for. We'll set him against what? So he bombed something already. That's one, and you can see the BMP2 did 1 pip of damage. Now let's quickly. We're really going to dive into the numbers here. Why not, right? I think Average Gamer does this. I don't know, so I don't want to steal his thunder. He does a good job of. I think he does mods and all that though too. So BMP2, who's going to have this? I honestly don't think Mexico has this design. Well, I mean, the only one I can think of is like, what? Shouldn't Moscow have this? Yeah, here we go. So, BMP2 has. Doesn't show unfortunately. Well, look it. This is just a test. We'll pay you whatever you want to get the BMP2 design, just so we can compare. It's all for the sake of comparison. Okay, let's see what happens here. So he's dropped 1 bomb. Hey, look at 1 bomb. Hit 1 bomb. 1 bomb took him down to 75%. This is insane. So he's only going to drop 1 more bomb. And now he's going back. So what makes the B2 so much worse than the B36? I don't care. In my opinion, not worse. I mean, okay, yeah, for time on target, obviously the B2 is worse, but B2 is better in other ways. So let's not say worse. Let's just talk about what makes the B36 able to stay on target for so much longer. Okay, let me catch up on the comments now. I tried to copy and paste and that screwed up. Oh, yeah. But so the B36 is not better. Okay, New Chaotic Order says B36 is better. I think it is, but I don't. I mean, we can compare both right here. You can just look. I have the ability to research both of them. So the B36 has 500 fuel. I mean, the fuel doesn't matter, right? So supplies might impact the number of bombs they can drop. I think it does. So it's 444, and the B2 has 216. So is this the stat that I should look at for amount of time a bomber can stay on target? So we might just we might build the old B36, bring her back, 600 million, so we can afford. Let's see if I can do this math. We can afford 50 B36s a year. We can afford 50 B36s for the price of 1 B2. Holy goodness gracious. Oh, okay. B2 has initiative 8. B36 has initiative 3. So basically high reaction time versus... We only see reaction time. Well, no, it can't be a 3. Because B36... I thought a 4 is the minimum you need for medium. Is 3 also considered medium? I thought it was 4, 5, 6. But you must be... Neri, you must be looking at the spreadsheet, I assume. So you must have it. Must be a 3. So the B28 attacks faster. Weaker opposition. They do more damage in a smaller kilometer than the B2 does in a bigger. Okay, so yeah, right. But the 5 kilometers, that's the distance you drop, or is that? I thought this is the distance you can drop your ordnance from. I didn't think this is the area of effect of your ordnance. But let me know if that's. The way I viewed it, although these are. It should. Oh, here it is. I mean, I think the strategic bomber type can do indirect bombing. And I don't know. It shows it right over here. So indirect air bombardment, which is essentially the same as like artillery bombardment from land, I guess. Yeah. Thanks. Never used it. So I guess 3 also counts as medium. That's good to know. I was mistakenly under the impression that 4 is the minimum reaction you need to receive a medium rating. So just so everyone's on the same page here, when you're looking at this reaction time, this is how fast the unit attacks. So it's actually a very important stat. In a prolonged engagement, obviously this is the most important in a land combat, when you want to fire more often and kill the enemy faster. Reaction time is enormous. It's like your DPS. Here's your damage, but what is it per second? Got to multiply it by the reaction time. Unfortunately, the reaction time is only given in these vague category, low, medium, and high. But you can look up the actual number, which is an integer between 1 and 10 in the unit database. So this actually tells you how fast the unit will attack. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, this is just kind of an interesting thing. We saw that the B2 dropped only 2 bombs and it went away. Let's go back. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's go back to one more time to the China situation. And let me just send out 1 bomber and see how many times it drops bombs. So I'll try to send it in a way where it doesn't interact with like a gajillion troops. Okay, so let's just take one of these guys. Let's just send it over here where it won't run into, I hope, as much. Oh, Reito. Thank you so much. I guess this is, I'm thinking that's the Brazilian currency. But Reito says, Merry Christmas, Tortuga. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas to Texas. Of course, everyone in Texas who's the highlight of our series on this. And by the way, I have confirmed, or I'm confirming now at least, that I am going to be taking the Texas series to the channel after this. Okay, so that's 1 bombardment, and it's down to 70%. Okay, so we're really seeing here, it's just not correct to say that one is better than the other, because this one is also doing the same thing. We're getting the same effect from the B-36. I mean, the B-36 is time on target is the same. I guess it's because I'm going with only 1 B-36 at a time. Yeah, this is, Rado asked if this is the personal Cold War game that I've been playing. Yeah, this is a previous time of it. It's 1963 in this one. I'm up to like 1970 or so. It's going to just drop 1 bomb. Okay, so 1 bomb. Yeah, it took him down to 68%. In fact, it's a little bit weird. I'm not even sure why it's... He's down to 43%, probably because he's getting hit. No, maybe just the fuel. Okay, so it looks like it is 1 bomb. Great. Huh, yeah, exactly. Ocularis nails it. I think the main reason I was looking at a difference is because I have 6 B-36s. I also think, and this is what somebody, I think Neri, I can't remember who mentioned this, but somebody mentioned this already. It was also in my brain, but I want to still give credit to whoever else mentioned it. That the air defense, basically this is why the B-36 becomes ineffective. I'm using the B-36 in this China war, and it became ineffective, which is awesome, by the way. It should eventually become ineffective. It became ineffective because it started to get shot down. In the Korean War, B-36s, in the Korean War and in the war after that, I forget which one. Even in this Chinese war, I was just dominating with B-36s, but it's the first time that they started to suffer real casualties. Okay, so we go back to December 24th. I love doing this. This game is so awesome. Okay, so now we're back as Texas. We know what the idea is. We need to amass some kind of strategic bomber. And come on, you'd think that I'm going to waste my valuable 4 or now only 3 research slots? You think I'm going to waste one of those precious slots on a strategic bomber? You're out of your gosh darn mind. We're going to scan. Okay, who in the chat knows where are the strategic bombers built? Wait. Would it be California? Would California have access to it? Yes. I don't want this. What is the maintenance on the B1? Can you let me know what the maintenance of the B1 is? Let's do okay. So I'm just going to guess. I don't know how true this is. Obviously, the maintenance on the B2 should actually be even higher as a proportion of its cost than I think the B1B. Because I think that maintenance on this thing is just much more grueling. But this costs 67 billion, and it only has maintenance of about just a little over half that. 35 instead of 33. So if I assume the maintenance on the B1B is half, although, like I said, I would hope it's actually lower than half. Or, lower than the percentage, the fraction that the B2A's maintenance is of its total cost. If I assume that, then this should be about 5 billion, which means we can get 7 B1Bs for every 1 B2A. Now, the other thing I would like to see, and it's just really unfortunate, well, what the heck? I have him right here, Tortuga. You ding dong. Can you actually look? It is! Okay, good. So the maintenance on this is 4.8 instead of 34, 33.5. Yeah, so the B-1B looks like our new flagship strategic bomber. We're going back to the 1986. We're rolling it back. And this is going to be exciting. We are going to field B-1Bs en masse. And I don't know why. I think it's because of this slight resemblance it bears, in my opinion, to the Concorde, the passenger airliner. I've always liked the look of the B-1B. It just looks really cool to me. Yeah, so Berserker does say here something which is kind of a good point. We should at least make it. The B-30. He says that a swarm of B-36s seems most effective. Now, I actually disagree. B-36s are amazing, but I think that the best middle ground for us would probably be B-52Hs. However, I guess we can't research the B-52H until we research the B-52D, or something along the B-52 lines. We have to get the B-52 line going. So I don't know how to get. I don't know the full. Somebody with the editor open probably can tell me what is the order of things you have to research in order to get to the B-52H. But I think it's the B-52D. Actually, I think it's the B-52G, but I'm guessing that because that's not visible, you have to unlock the B-52D first. So yeah, you have to do a lot of research to get to the one you want. Honestly, the B-52D isn't that much worse. It's just got lower stats by maybe like 15% or so. Because we are looking to get back up to I think it's like 210, 180. So it's only like 10% worse, or even 5% worse. Anyway, the reason why I'm not going to choose the B-36 to finish this point somehow, eventually, the defense against land is 28 and 30, and compare that to the B-1B, which is 55 and 70. So the thing is, the B-36 will just be eaten alive, and that's what we were already seeing in that Chinese war example. That it was already starting to take casualties, and the B-1B is at least somewhat safe against this. Now, obviously, it's not stealthy at all. It's going to be completely vulnerable to attack. I mean, it's going to be able to be hit. Whereas the B-2, it may not even be attacked. But it actually has better statistics against aircraft, which makes sense. The B-2 is... if you can detect it, then you can shoot it down, probably. But the B-1 is... yeah, it's got 70 air defense, which is... I mean, that's really good. Versus... yeah, okay. This is it. We're getting the B-1B. Decision has been made. And now, if this was if I had more research slots, I could actually sit there and... how much do you want for the... oh my... You gotta be kidding me. Holy cow. Oh my god. Well, in theory, what we would do is get the B-1B. But considering we don't have 32 billion lying around to buy the design, we are now not going with it at all. So, we will now usher in the multi-role era, or maybe the tactical... you know what? No, we're going with the F-16Cs have been extremely effective. So I wonder if the F-111... that is terrible against aircraft. We should have air superiority, although we will be fighting other United States entities now, so they will have much better air superiority than Mexico did. I'm mostly interested in getting the soft attack up, but this one looks pretty good. Time on target 15, 270. I don't know, this looks good. I think that this will be a good gap filler for us, the F-111G. Annual maintenance, so we can afford, like 80 of these compared to one B2. I'm not counting the initial cost, which is not fair, because we already have a B2, we don't have to build it. I guess selling the B2, which is what I plan to do, is going to pay for all the F-111s. Yeah, did I check with Washington? The thing is, Washington doesn't like me, so they're not likely to sell me. Yeah, they don't have it anyway. What is the... who manufactures it? Is it Northrop Grumman? If it's Northrop Grumman, it should be... yeah, it should be California, right? Why not go with the F-15E? I don't think that's a very good ground attacker. And I love this game. This is the fun of it, right? To look at all these different things. Whoa, why not the F-23E? I'm sorry, the F-23A, which is, what was this called? The Black Widow or something like that? Essentially the F-22 attack. No, advanced. Isn't this the Advanced Tactical Fighter or something? ATF. Is that the F-23? The ATF? I forget. There's a game even for no. JTF. Gosh, I don't remember. Anyway, this is not a very effective ground assaulter. Okay, I don't know. You're in multi-role, but you're definitely much more of an interceptor. The F-15K looks like a very nice ground attack, and it also has pretty good anti-air capabilities, air-to-air. Yes, the F-23 is the Black Widow. Very cool. Thanks, Neri. Very cool that I remembered something. That's rare. I know these airplanes. I can just tell you that, but you don't have to believe me. However, I very rarely associate the correct name with the correct number. Okay. This 60s. This is pretty good, but a little bit worse against the air. Bring out the old Hornet. Revive it for service. And now we're getting into, the older things, so probably not going to look that far. So 58, 62, and then 54 in the air. 58, 62. Okay, and then what was the other one? Oh yeah, this. So 58, 62, and then 54. But it's at 95. Is this one at 95? It is. 46, 46, 46, 36. 900 million versus 920. So the F-15K seems like the better option for us. I didn't even know that they made an F-15 tactical bomber version. I mean, this says it's multi-role, but God, that's a lot of attack capability. I'd almost consider that like a tactical bomber. It's like the F-A-18, right? It's the A version of the A-18. Okay, we also could in the future get the Supreme Tiger. That sounds terrible. It's worldwide. Now note, even though it's only unlocked in 2012, and you might think to yourself, okay, so it's newer, it should be better. No, not necessarily. The newer ones, if they're worldwide, they're not like the United States specialty. Like the FB, wow, the Delta Raptor? What the hell is this? A tactical bomber based on the Raptor? Oh my god, it's... this is surprising to me. I mean, the great thing, of course, is it's stealth, but it's not that expensive. Huh. F-23A is the Black Widow 2. Yeah, thanks. So Neri says, the F-23 was an awesome as a tech concept, but it was not really a practical aircraft. So the F-22 won on being actually a functional aircraft. Yeah, so we have here the tactical bomber variant of the F-22, which is so cool. I'm just a little surprised. I know that this is supposed to be the tactical bomber, so it really shouldn't have very much anti-air capability or air-to-air capability. It does, however, have what I would consider a bit low. Let's compare it with are all these just that bad? The A-12A Avenger, this is the combat version of the SR-71. Actually, this is the tactical version of the interceptor version of the SR-71, which was, I think, the was it the F-12? Yeah, the F-12A Blackbird. That's crazy. It's so fun to look at all these designs. Just you could spend so much time just theory crafting and just letting your imagination run wild about which aircraft, if you can get any aircraft you want, which one would you get? Okay, now fine. Let's actually make some progress here. So, what am I going to do? I'm still going to I'm not going to do anything as far as purchasing designs. What we're going to do now is start building. How are we doing, by the way? Oh, yeah, we were building. We only have 2 slots. Oh, my God. We were going to build some F-35s, right? And these are not bad. So I made the mistake of building one F-35A. Or did we start with one? And then we started building the F-35C, which is... I'd like to stay uniform. So what was the difference between these? 50, 44, 1.08. 50, 44, 1.12. So it's a slightly better in stats here, and it's slightly more expensive, but this is the one that can go on carriers. So yeah, this is the one I'm going to continue to produce. So how expensive are you? Not bad. I mean, again, we can get, and this is actually really good. The F-35 is really good. Okay, this is what our tactical bomber is going to be. Because 6270, look at 6270. Compare that with what we were going to go with, 6270. Now, that's pretty good considering, look at what we have out there already is the F-16, which is 6060, and this thing's kicking butt. It's doing good. So I think we're going to switch over entirely to the F-35. It is going to become the only aircraft in our arsenal. So yeah, we're just going to start building some more of these. We'll get 2 more. We'll start building up our tactical... I mean, that's actually, it's really everything. It can do it can do air-to-air. It is a multi-role, right? So, I don't know. 34 is a bit low. Yeah, Aradinus says the F-35C is made to go off carriers. That's right. I mean, it's not the vertical takeoff and landing one. Which is that the Marine version? Anyway, but I like the F-35C. In this game, for some reason, it actually has better defensive stats, and it has really good 6270 versus... Okay, this one does have better ground attack ability. Mangini says he went for Raptors and Delta Raptors plus the random Aardvark. That's pretty cool. I mean, look at how cool this game is. Okay, anyways, I'm going to get back to that discussion a little bit. We're going to get 2 more of these F-35s. If nothing else, we're going to have 4 F-35s that we can put on a carrier, and nobody's going to complain about a carrier stocked with F-35Cs, especially because I think they have very good sea attack capabilities as well. So, what's the order of business? We're going to put a lot of stuff on reserve. This is the bean counting episode, really. We have a lot of maintenance to do. So first thing I'm going to do is tell everyone to stop what they're doing. Then I'm going to reselect everyone. And now we're going to start going through and we're going to start putting things, probably a lot of things on reserve. Garrisons will disappear on their own, so that's fine for now. Which Marine version are you? You're a 1990 Marine. I'm going to keep you around, but... So let's keep you around. Let's send all the injured parties back for repairs. And notice that their name is turning from this like orange bronze to like this light green. And that means that they've been given an order. We did acquire from Mexico a lot of these AMX VCIs. They're a bit of an older troop. Unit. They're worse than the M113, but they're, pretty cheap. At 50 million, I'm definitely going to keep these around because they're effective. We need more troops. We just simply need more people. We need more boots on the ground. And they're relatively effective, especially in the city. I think that these will be decent city folk. Will you ever stream Shadow Empire? Asked Tartufel. Good question. I hadn't thought about it. But there's no reason why. I don't have any objection to doing it. Just haven't thought about doing it. Let's get the Strikers back to repair. The Bradleys. So Strikers and Bradleys are obviously going to stay with us for the long haul. The M113, I did notice in my little scanning of all the tech before the stream began. I spent about 20 minutes just reviewing the save game, getting back into the swing of things. So the good news about the M113 is that they can cross rivers, and it can cross... it's amphibious, so it can land. It can be deployed from the ocean, from the troop carriers. It can conduct an amphibious assault, is what I'm trying to say, which means either over river or landing or beach landing. It can also be airdropped. Very unusual, obviously, for most infantry troops, which are hard targets. Now, what's the downside? It's 200 for very mediocre stats. Let's compare this. 18-18, 16-20. So I'm just going to take its ground combat stuff. 18-18, 16-20, 20. So let's see if we can try to remember 6 numbers. 2-10, 18-18, 16-20, 20. Okay. God help me trying to do this. 18, 18, 16, 20, 20. Did you notice how every one of those, the Striker was immensely better? 18, 18, 16, 20, 20. And what was the cost? 210. So the Striker is immensely better. Just so much better. It's cheaper, and it's also much better. So this is one of those things. We want to build striker units. Now, if I compare the Bradley's kind of in the same boat. It's more expensive now, so we're up to 280. But it's just better. These things just get better and better. What's the Striker's 41? Yeah, it's also at 41. 500. Wow, 100. That thing's fast. Oh, it's very fast. Stop. Give me a Bradley. Okay, yeah, okay. Radness, thank you. Stream Shadow, guys, donates to the stream and says, stream Shadow Empire, please. Yeah. Craig McIntosh waffling, the term given for endless chat. Yeah, are we waffling here? Is that what people are saying? You constantly learn new things with Shadow Empire. Yeah, I am learning. Dude, Shadow Empire is a game that has so much more to it than meets the eye. Yeah, I think everyone says that. Everyone seems to be really in favor of a Shadow Empire stream. I'm completely open to that. Really what I need is more of a suggestions box type thing where people just suggest these things. Because honestly, before I started this stream, I was debating what to do. I almost streamed The Long Dark, which is it's like a survival game, winter survival game that I just picked up. And I'm having some fun with it. Thought it'd be interesting, but then when I thought about it a little bit more, I was like, no, it won't be that interesting. Let's do something that's more channel friendly, I think, to at least my community. So, without going on forever about this, well, that's impossible. To reduce the time I'm going on forever about this a little bit, we're going to try to do repairs to the Bradleys, get them all repaired, and they'll be spit back out when they're done. Just repair anything which is broken here. And I'm also going to repair the M60. We're so short on troops, we're actually just going to have to, I guess I could just bulk select and hit repair to everyone. This seems like a more sensible choice. Okay, so now anybody who doesn't, let's now select the entire list again. And let's go and see who we don't want to repair. Because there are a few people we don't want to repair. We actually want to do something else with. Those are all fine. The Bradleys, we're going to keep all the ground troops. But there are a few troops we're going to put into reserve. And that's with the intention of actually selling them. Okay, we're definitely keeping our Abrams. We have a good number of Abrams. M47s and the Milan 3, these are all like really good only against hard targets. 530, and I think this is 630. Yeah, 630. Artillery, we will keep it because we don't have that much. I'd rather get some more MLRSs out here. MLRS, right? Yeah, I always want to say Merles, but again, I realized it's probably not the way you're supposed to say it. I love the heavy supply trucks. I don't like these small supply trucks. This is the first, we're actually going to get this guy and send him to reserve. I'd rather build new heavy supply trucks than keep the normal supply trucks around. Acularia says, The Long Dark. So my regular Canadian life. That's right. It is based in Canada, so that's a very accurate assessment. Okay, now let's go back, highlight all this stuff again. We're down here. So heavy supply trucks we'll keep. Now we have some decisions to make about the helicopters. Do we want to keep the 2 Blackhawks? We only have 2 Blackhawks? Did I not select far enough? Oh, Lord. That's... Okay, well, we're keeping the 2 Blackhawks. If we only have 2, that's that. We're keeping them. F-15s have been amazing. Those will continue to operate as our frontline air superiority unit. F-22 is going to be the backup one. Yeah, now this is the first one that... how expensive is the Raptor? Yeah, it's only 1.7. We'll definitely keep it. But the B-2, this is the whole point of the whole discussion we've had. Why have we spent basically 40 minutes talking about different designs? It's because of the B-2 Spirit, which is just, in my opinion, too expensive to keep. So we're sending it to reserve, and we're going to prepare to deploy it, to sell it to the highest bidder, which won't really actually be the highest bidder. It'll just be whoever I can find that's willing to buy it for a reasonable price. And again, I assume that's going to be Germany. Now we have this one civilian cargo. Now civilian cargo is like kind of useless. I don't see any reason to keep this. So this will also be sent to reserve, and then we'll just sell it. Now we actually can go through all the reserve units we have, and we do have. If it has this, can unload away from the dock. At least there's some. It can do amphibious assaults, so there's at least some reason to keep one of these. Now we have 3 vessels capable of unloading. You have immense cargo capacity. You are probably my go-to. Okay, let's look at this one. That's the one we just looked at. Speed of only 22 is the main drawback I see here. Cargo space is really small. You're already in reserve, so we could either scrap you or probably what I'll do is try to sell you. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to keep the Frank Besson. Oh, the Lewis and Clark. Ooh. Yeah, and there's another one that doesn't do amphibious. Okay, so we're going to sell the Lewis and Clark and we're going to sell the Frank Besson. I'm going to my trusty friends, California. Actually, I think we have a trade agreement already open with them, so let's hit spacebar, unpause, move the game forward a little bit. And see all our units are going back to repair. Where? Oh my god, they're all going to Mazatlan. They just go to the closest barracks to repair. Well, whatever. I should have moved them all into Texas first, but... okay, so yeah, by the way, who are we invading next? Ask New Chaotic Order. I want to make a nice geographic design. So I think we're going to take Arizona and Oklahoma to smooth out these weird borders. Obviously, having a nice flat horizontal northern border is going to be nice and fun. Although we're not aligned, this is not the direction the hexes make it super pretty. It'll be the checkerboard type style. You lose it as it can supply your troops if they get stuck on sea, says Khan. So that's a good point. I mean, the troop transports or whatever, but I think that if I go back to that, can't the Wasp and the San Antonio also do that? Radna says sea power. Oh man, I don't know if we're moving in that direction. Now we finally got our budget balanced. Rejected? No. Okay, well, they rejected a few offers I had sent before the stream began. That's fine. We'll go back and try again. So now I would like to offer you some... There we go. How much will you give me for this? Wow. How much will you give it? Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. I will take 2.6 billion for those 2 transport ships. Absolutely. Okay, India has now declared war on Afghanistan. Good luck. And yeah, they bought it. Oh no, now they bought it. This is their offer. That's the rubber thing again. Yeah, so they're not ripping me off by too much anymore. You have a limited space to carry units if you want to do amphibious landing. That's right. Yeah, so the only 2 that can do amphibious landings I kept. And I don't know how much space they have. Just a remark on this. I used to think, and I honestly think it's a little confusing that it's not this way. I used to think that the number you see here, the cargo space, cargo capacity, is the amount of troops they can hold. But I'm not sure. Yeah, in this case, it is that way. It is that way because you can see the cargo over here is 0 out of 12,000. So in this case, you can actually hold 12,000 troops, 12,000 tons of troops. That's quite good. I mean, one of those can carry like 6 Abrams for us, 4 Abrams, or like just a ton of Green Berets, which, by the way, we need to continually produce. Yeah, we have 8 more in the pipeline. That's good. So these are going to become our new fodder unit when we go into urban areas. Okay, so that's good. So, but we're actually kind of balanced here. For the first time in a long time, we're not at war. And let's see. Yeah, so let's start highlighting some of the troops that are left. Where are these merchant marines? Oh, they're going home. Okay, that's perfectly fine. What are you? Oh, another merchant marine. Fair enough. A ceasefire is signed between England and Moscow after they realize that they can't attack each other. Okay, let's go take a look at the world. India. So India is ugly, very ugly. They don't... Do they share any... Kyrgyzstan is at war as well with India? I think. They are at war with India and southern China. Oh man, poor Uguristan. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and I guess if Afghanistan can only get to India once India conquers enough of Uguristan to connect their borders. It's pretty funny. Afghanistan is also at war with India and southern China. Is there something going on with India and southern China? Are they friends of any sort? Wow, India is at war with like everyone. What is going on here? Vietnam, Uguristan, Turkmenistan, Thailand, South Korea, Kazakhstan, Japan, South Korea and Japan. Those aren't small opponents. Those are pretty meaningful. Here we go. Ah, yes, that's right. We, as Texas, with our colony, which is twice the size of us, maybe 3 times the size of us, maybe 4, I don't know. We are on the, it's a Mercator projection, right? The cylindricalizing of the world. Anyway. Uyghur. Acularius corrects me that Uyghur is Uyghur. Uyghuristan? Huh. Definitely would not have guessed that from the spelling. But thank you. Somebody else offering us rubber at not a great rate, but this is Oklahoma. So the question is, who do we go after next? First of all, it's Oklahoma. Why did I just accept? We want to go to war with them next. The Red River rivalry. In fact, let's just make this our priority. We want to start off by being ever so friendly and trying to sell designs to them. We can sell them the F-16A, which they'll pay us $1 billion for. Will they though, or will they reject it? Usually they just reject it. Take a drink of water. Excuse me. Rejected. Yeah. Now we could. Who's Central Siberia, Nepal? Okay, that's fine. Virginia. Well, I'm going to start rejecting the offers which are not good for us. Now we can do this again. Just have to do this 1.132 and make it a little bit less than 1.132. How about 1.1? Dakota Ferry asks, how is Trump the leader of Texas? This is just a prediction that the Battle Goats made back in 2016, I think. Before the presidential election, even. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, as you can see, Texas, who very traditionally is a strongly Republican state, and was not super strongly Republican for the Trump election, most recent Trump election. So I don't think that he would, seek shelter there. East Timor, they reached a ceasefire, fair enough. And there we go. They bought it. They wouldn't buy it for 1.132, but they will buy it for 1.100. Okay. Well, what's our next? I mean, this is nice. I can take my foot off the pedal a little bit here. We might even be able to focus a little bit on economic stuff, because I do see that our economy is just crashing. It's just crashing here. What is going on? Oh, Lord, that's a lot. Our income has just shrank to nothing. I mean, we have some bonds which are going to be due as well. I forgot about those. We can actually repay them. How much interest are we paying right now? I don't know where the interest payments are. Are they in state? Are they in treasury? They're in treasury. Loan repayment? Oh, interest is... okay, interest is very small. It's only 500 million. Just insignificant. Northern China. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Northern China and India. That should be a big one. Yeah, and California is offering us very reasonable rates for rubber, so we'll accept those. I should fix those squiggly roads, says Adelino. Yeah, that's like triggers my OCD constantly. Turn off the Empire filter for a little bit so we can see all those squiggly roads. I think I've mostly fixed them, right? It's the first thing I do whenever I open a new country. When I'm not streaming. When I'm streaming, I try to be a little bit less picky because it's not as entertaining to watch. Okay, anybody, if we have more units, oh lord. I really do want to drive north and take more American states, but Guatemala hates us, and my next objective now, I remember, is I want to take the Panama Canal. Okay, look, I know that you guys are just going to be silly here, so let me help you. Everyone go land in Mazatlan. Hey, they did it. They actually know what they're supposed to do after that, too. Excellent. This Stinger unit is going to take years to get home. We have a supply truck. This supply truck is supposed to, by the way, be... we're going to sell it, but... has 192 cargo, so there's just enough space for this guy to load into. Take me home. Wait. And that guy's fast enough on his own. Okay, can you just go to reserve? Oh no. We don't have a sea base on this side? Oh no. Oh no. Wait. What are we doing with the... Are you carrying somebody? Oh, okay. The Milan 3, we need this Milan 3. Pick up the Milan 3 as well. Oh lord, it's stuck in a loop. No! Okay, just go down here, go to Acapulco, to Juarez. South Africa, fair enough. Okay, rubber. Coal. Oh, they want to give us money for us to sell them coal? Heck yeah. Yeah, we could really use those kind of things. Look at our economy just completely plummet. We need to declare war very soon. Oh. I know one way we can get some money back. Let's find out who's willing to give me what for my strategic bomber here. You're willing to give me only 3.1 billion. Okay, we'll leave that offer on the table. What about you? You're willing to give me 3.0 billion. I'm not super satisfied. What if I go to your enemy? They're willing to only give me 2. Okay, I was a little bit surprised actually because Southern Germany has worse relations with me, but they're willing to give me a better deal. Now I have to say I shouldn't be this way, but I am open to whoever wants to pay for this thing. You are gonna give me 4 point. Okay, California wins. It goes to California. If they buy it for that. And they did. Fantastic. Okay, there goes our B2. They don't even have money in the treasury? Yeah, they do. They got 14 billion. California's economy, when I played as them, I've done the Shattered World start as California, and they are much better off economically than Texas is. Texas is like a mess. Now, what is it that we're doing which is causing like all the... Are we building these? They are on hold, right? Yeah, they're paused. So I'm not even sure what's causing us big problems. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Economy. So agriculture is actually a good thing again. I think it was worse for a while. Rubber is a terrible, terrible situation. Why are we using so much rubber? Oh my god. This is just terrible. Okay. Timber is good. I mean, we have to import it, but we're producing 2/3 of our need at basically market price, a little bit under, which is even better. Oil, we're also doing really well. We're bringing up a huge stockpile. So this is probably why we had a big... Am I managing this? Okay, look at the reign of Tortuga. It's here. We're going to start making people pay for it ourselves. So we will take 217 and we're willing to sell 25 million barrels of oil. Southern China, South Korea. That's awesome. There's so many. We have very, very light vision thanks to Hawaii. I really wish we had better relations with either of these nations, just so I could get the vision, basically. Is there anybody over here who would give me vision? I think they all hate us. Yeah. Not a single person who likes us. Well, sad. Very sad. We'll take the rubber. Yep. Okay, sorry. Let me look at catch up with the chat. Sorry. We strongly conservative. That must be talking about Texas. Let's see. They don't have money in the treasury. Leave it to Trump to make the economy crash. They can only spend 10% of their cash stockpile on a diplomatic deal. XT Wagon says that. It sounds like it's one of those things. So California did accept. What does that mean, though? If they can only spend 10% of their cash stockpile on a diplomatic deal, they just did more than that. So they spent about 30% of their treasury on a diplomatic deal. High taxes will be hurting your domestic spending. Oh yeah, well, trust me, we're going the full socialist route in this game, which I found is typically the best way of doing it. You just increase taxes and increase spending on everything. Well, that's just how I always do it, and it seems to be how it works out pretty well. In fact, taxes as low as 67%. You should see my U.S. playthrough, the personal playthrough I'm doing from the Cold War start. Taxes are routinely over 75% in that game. But the great news is our social spending is amazing. It's like fantastic. Like here, we don't have any social assistance. We have no cultural subsidy. And we had to cut back on a lot of different things here. I'd be surprised if any of these things are over the recommended. Yeah. The fact that we're at 102 means I probably want to drop this back even more. So 18,076. Let's drop it down to one below that. Okay, 17.2. Just to save us a little bit of money. Family subsidy. Let's drop this down to 24/7. 24/7. Okay, 24/8. That's fine. Environment. Let me drop this down to 17. Nobody cares about the environment in Texas. That's just silly. They want to give us rubber. That's not a good deal, but it's Florida, so I think I will take that. They want to buy uranium from me. That is fantastic. Yes. They're offering a lot more money than they want to request. Wait. Yeah, they're offering a lot and requesting not too much. So that's fantastic. Same thing here. So uranium has somehow become a thing. I'm very glad we're mining it now. Now you're requesting... This is rubber. Yeah, that's fine. They were requesting more than they're willing to give, but that's how everyone's going to be doing things for rubber. And our hands are tied. Really, our backs are against the corner on that one. We have to. We have to accept, otherwise we won't get rubber. Our rubber production is not good. Man, the wars are just going crazy over there. Okay, let me again catch up. Just because I was playing as Yugoslavia, so I developed nukes before America, but I couldn't deploy them because I didn't have the technology for a B-52 or something to deploy those nukes. That's funny, Rado. Isn't the game fun, though? It actually makes it so it means something. You actually need to get aircraft to deploy your nukes. I mean, if you're seeking a very long-range solution, that's one option. Otherwise, you can get the ICBMs. More rubber, which yes, we will take. Yeah, Con mentions that I strongly prefer the annual figures because every number is bigger. So to me, that's the way I prefer it. But this is you can change it between daily and annual. So the reason why I think annual is better is because there's less discretization error or rounding error. You see the full number. Oh, it's just minor. It's insignificant. You don't need to worry about it. You just choose whichever one you like. West Germany wants to offer rubber as well, and this is a very reasonable rate. Did you take Mexico? Texas, Mexico. Let me answer your question by showing you the state of affairs on the map. They are now a colony. And isn't that kind of funny? Mexico being a colony of Texas? Oh, how the tables have turned the tables. All right, we got a lot of units here. These guys are probably flying around in circles. Let's fix this up a little bit. I don't know where our next opponent will be. What's the supply like over here? Not good. Oh, interesting. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. What is going on here? Let's just scrap the rubber synth here. I think I was pausing them, but for some reason, I don't know why everyone here is in a state of pause. Oh my gosh. Consume mid. No. We want to scrap that as well. It's inefficient. Okay. So yeah, let's attend to the economy a little bit here. First thing I want to do is go through any of the petroleum has them. Any of the options which give you an option for like obsolete technology or worse, less efficient buildings. We're going to try to get rid of all of those. Yeah, hopefully we're not doing any of that. So we have 35 gas fields, but those are very effective. Whoops. And we have offshore oil. I don't know why that's not being shown because I'm pretty sure that these are offshore oil derricks. Why are those not shown? Am I crazy? It was there, right? It's not there. Oh, because I don't have the technology to build them. That's really annoying. They should show you oil derricks. I think this is just a bug. They should show you the oil derricks, but then just not allow you to build new ones. So right now we have oil derricks, but we don't have the means to build them, so they don't show up on my build list. So I can't look at the ones we already have. So it looks like supply of 63% is the norm. The more oil derricks you have per oceanic complex, the better. I'm probably going to scrap this oceanic complex altogether. Oil derricks are just very expensive. I believe that their running fee is... well, let's just take a look. Facility cost is 6.1 billion. Annual maintenance is 613 million. Let's go over to... yeah, oil gas field. So we have some over here. Let's pick up those numbers just one more time so we can compare. 613 is the annual maintenance, and basically 10 times that is the facility cost. For oil gas field, it is 6 times less expensive facility cost and 6 times less expensive annual maintenance. Max possible output is 30 million. Max possible output, 30 million. Yeah, I would say that these are not good. They're 6 times worse. Oh, thank you. If you mothball without auto repair, they will decay to 20-25%. Forgot the exact number. Thank you, XC Wagon. That's something I did not know. So we probably can just end up scrapping a lot of the... and by the way, then that makes sense. That's a fair game mechanic. I thought that I just hadn't selected like the rebuild theater button. So Western North America, enable structure auto repair. But I want to make sure that that doesn't apply to the things I just canceled. Those are being scrapped. We might just have to go around and look for a little bit. Like, what is going on everywhere? Okay, so we got a research center there. That is good. Missile production, which I honestly don't know if we're going to need missile production. Well, yeah, I guess we do, because we would benefit from having it, frankly. And then I personally built a lot of ore mines here because we don't have any metal ore. We didn't. And now our metal ore situation is we're almost meeting our demand, which is fantastic. Especially because the cost is actually less. So if we have opportunities to build more metal ore, we should be doing this. And we do, but way over here, supply there is 58%. That's not bad. Alternatively, we could build at 66% here. I think that this is our best bet because we're already going to be. I probably will build a supply base here. Yeah, we'll do this, and I will build as well. Build. Doesn't matter. Military. I think supplies depots in every one of those construction options. So we have a lot of construction we're going to start doing. We're going to be doing auto repair, which is going to be murdering our budget. So yeah. We will probably need to sell some more B2s. We don't have any more B2s to sell. So did we make any money on my petroleum gambit? I don't think so. Oh, we did. Okay, fantastic. 221. And we will sell at 222, and I will sell 200 million. So what is the deal here? 200 million should be giving me 200 times, basically 200 times 200. 40 billion? Am I doing the math right? Shouldn't that be giving me 40 billion if people buy all of this? Am I crazy? 200 million at 220 amount per unit. Trades. Well, we'll leave it there. We'll see what happens. Market price is down to 220, so I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to want it or not. India. Oh, the big one. Oh, India and Pakistan. Now that's an important one. Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and scrap this though. But is our petroleum supply? Yeah, we're in very good shape. What I want to do is start emphasizing, I want to build more even oil fields. Oh yeah, we have plenty. So we just need to look for places where we can build more oil fields. 79%, let's just start building more there. We're maxed out there. Anywhere where we already have a industrial facility, we want to continue to build more oil gas fields there. And we'll start shutting down our oil derricks, which are 6 times more expensive, just unnecessary. Okay. Yep, build it there. A lot of the places where we want to build are already towns. If it's a town, you can't build industrial there. And I don't know actually how that works scaling the game later on. Because I think the population continues to grow and grow. Does that mean the towns continue to grow and eventually you have no place where you can actually run? Yeah, we can build some there. 72%. I don't know how we're getting such high percentages. Yeah, so we're gonna fix this. Okay, good. So I think we're gonna be in a lot better shape very soon, but it's gonna take a huge initial investment. So let's go ahead and so Screen Blast 89 says expensive oil means more taxes. Oh my god. First, let me turn on my light here. Okay, a lot of cuts can come out of infrastructure. You don't need it over 100%. Healthcare can be low if you have many techs that boost it to 100% with low spending. If you mothball with auto repair, okay, I already read that. I feel like oil always becomes worthless because of global overproduction. Interesting. Mothballing is useless. I'd rather pay the cost of them being active than repairs, which is money and industrial goods, but produce under capacity. Yeah. Well, we're just going to scrap at this point. I think that those facilities are going to be scrapped if I can find them. I thought I was just looking at one. Okay, what I can do, I guess, is go over here. Okay, so what was it that was being... It was synthetic rubber. So we can look and see which, so you are not, you're inactive. Yeah, so we'll keep those two going and we'll just scrap this one. Scrap it all together. Okay. And then we have these two, which are both producing. Good. I think that's actually it. Yeah, the only other ones are the ones that are being destroyed over here. Okay, good. All right, so then let's also continue on and do some min-maxing of the economy as far as military goods go. So if it's mid, then these are just inefficient. So we want to scrap all of these, especially because we're a little bit over market price anyway. And we're looking pretty good here. We're probably going to need to build more regular military stuff because our production is barely matching our use. And we're at peace right now, so I expect that that's actually, you know, an under-evaluation of our demand. We probably need more than that. Going to industrial goods, same kind of thing here. We don't want any micro. We don't have. Good. We don't want any mid. We don't have. Fantastic. Okay, and then consumer, same idea here. No micro, which is good. We have 3 of these, 1 which we're scrapping. Let's just make it all 4 which we scrap because those are inefficient. And yeah, that's fine. We won't miss those. They're not going to be a big deal. Those are 3 mids versus... Okay, we only have 8 total goods. Well, that's fine. We're not really making that much money on this. Although consumer goods is normally an area where I do make a lot of money. How are we doing on our stream time, by the way? Live for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Woo! Sell military goods? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Production just went down. So we'll start eating out of our stockpile now. Agriculture is stopped because... Why? Why? Good lord, the domestic price is very high. I'm letting my minister manage that, though. I guess I should probably also let him manage the petroleum if I'm not getting the job done. Market price is back down to 219. Okay, look it. We'll sell it at 220 if anybody's willing to buy it at that. Welcome, Finish. Finish says didn't know I was streaming. Well, I don't know. I only announce in the streams channel. Don't really do too much to broadcast that I am. Still having a good time. Merry Christmas Eve to everyone. Which usually means a lot of people are off work, or at least off work after half day. So, let's see. Okay, good. So our military goods was spiking for like reasons, some kind of reason there, but now it's way down, which is fantastic. We could end up selling. Normally, the only 2 I do micromanage is like, well, 3 is petroleum, uranium, and military goods. So I don't mind micromanaging this one. Actually, we're doing fantastic here. Okay, let me micromanage this, because obviously this is one of those where, like, the people, there's no civilian price. The civilians are not buying uranium from you. So the management of this is pretty easy. You just have to control what you're going to sell it at. So let's sell 500 or 250,000 at 193. See what that makes us. Okay, yeah, Screen Blast, this is what I've heard before. Excuse me, taking off my jacket. That you can increase your domestic prices. Usually my minister takes care of that. I thought I prioritized maximize profit. Yeah, I could just increase domestic prices. Benefits, this will raise funds and control product demand. Concerns, inflationary action could hurt domestic approval. We'll do it. We look at that. Petroleum or the uranium has been bought. No, it isn't. Where did all this money just suddenly come from? Okay, first of all, when we have our opportunity here, I know that the interest on these loans is so inconsequentially small. Can you not pay them back directly? Yeah, repurchase. So let's repurchase. We'll take them all off the mark. Okay, we're down to 20. Let's leave it there. I want to take the high rate ones out first. Iran has declared war on Oman. I forgot. Okay, so we missed a few things here from California. Now that we've delved into the economy a little bit, let's go back over to India and see how India and Pakistan is going. Because this is the big one. City captured. Oh my goodness, Pakistan is kicking butt. I mean, I'm not surprised. I believe it's because India... Oh no, I see. Actually, India had gotten really far, and now Pakistan is counterattacking. I think it's because India has spread themselves pretty thin. They're in like 20 wars. Oh, look at that. 31 billion. Just like that. Where's this coming from? Let's stay paused here and see if we can figure out where is it that we got this money. Last day trades. It's in petroleum! Finally, the petroleum is paying off. Woo! Alright, good. So I am the one controlling petroleum. I get to claim all the benefits of this. Market price went up. Look at that. Just tons of money. Just tons and tons and tons of money. Did I do the math wrong on this, though? We had like 200 million. So 150 million was bought at 220 per unit. Now, I'm not crazy, right? 200 times 200 is 40,000. Am I crazy? I am crazy, right? 200 times 200 is 4,000. Thank God I have a brain and I can't use it right. All right, so it went up by... Is that what the records show? It went up by 14 billion, so it went up by... Oh, we must have sold 450 billion. Did anybody catch that math error? Well, just pretend it never happened. What do you mean? That's what I said all along. 40. For 4. No, it's 40,000. Yeah, it should be 4 zeros. I am right. Okay. I don't know why I don't fully understand the math here then. A lot of these, it's very cool. I mean, this game is very cool. So right now we're paying money for timber, of all things. Timber is actually one of those that we would benefit from. Well, no, it's fine. I don't mind spending money on timber. Timber's fine. It's not the place where... I'm not trying to run a purely we don't need anything economy. Whatever. I forgot that. Completely self-sustaining or completely self-sufficient economy. I don't mind needing to buy something like timber. In my opinion... Oh my goodness. Wait a second. Okay, never mind. I misread that. Yeah, so... Now we're back to... I mean, we could sell more petroleum, but we don't need to. We're at 35 billion. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. And because of... Actually, it's our sales knocked down the price. This is so cool. You can do it this way, too. You can essentially wait. I can, deny... I can try to, flood the market with petroleum to... Anyway, you can do market manipulation here. It's pretty fun. Japan declared war on southern China. That is a big one. I really wish we could see it. We can't. So we just observe from a distance. Oh! Oh! Oh, we see it! Oh, awesome! Thank you, thank you, thank you, Hawaii. Hawaii's gotten in there with their Cheyenne. So we're actually seeing... The Japanese are deploying their missile cruisers. And they are attacking. This is very cool. This gives us something to look at. Autarkic. Thank you, Monsieur Avril. Are you accounting for oligarchs skimming their percentage off the top? That would never happen in Texas. You'd be shot. The Texas Rangers would be knocking on your door. Oh, and we lost vision. But they're still going at it, we know. Doosh, doosh, doosh. There is counterfire, so damage is going to the Japanese ships now. It gives us something to look at for a little bit, and the diplomatic zone shrinking probably is indicative of the Japanese losing that. You want to buy uranium? Absolutely. We won't even. You don't even need to be screened for that. There's no pre-approval necessary. We will sell uranium to anybody. That shady-looking figure, all dressed in black, the hood over his face. Yes, we will buy. We will sell uranium to you. We're hovering right there, just waiting for the price to tick up just a bit. We don't need it right now. We can sit in this situation. Let me unlock this. We already sold a buttload of petroleum. Let's kind of see what he does with it. DDG asked destroyer guided missile. Yeah, I think the G stands for like the missile platform. Like CG. Military goods, yes. Wow, okay, kind of. I don't understand why military goods are always, the price always seems wrong on it. They want to pay me $267 million for military goods that are worth $420 million. So it's like a terrible rate for me. Why would I accept this? I mean, unless I need money, but it's a very bad rate. Nonetheless, I think I will. By the way, I kind of lost track of what I wanted to do. We're getting ready to go to war with whom? Guatemala is like my new best bet. What we can do is, right, these F-35s are going to take a while to build, and I think it's going to be nice to have better air when we go up against the other United States, the other states of the former United States. So I think we're going to want to just take over all the way, colonize our way all the way through Panama. And we'll probably just annex the canal itself. So yeah, let's just get ready to do that. It should be like a steamroll. It shouldn't really be that difficult. By the way, I've neglected to sell some of the things I wanted to sell. I sold... Like, what else do I want to sell? Do we want to sell any green berets? No. Actually, I probably want to build more green berets. How's our green beret production doing? Yeah. Gotta step it up. Get a bunch more. To the tune of 8 more, if you don't mind. Then we'll go to air production. I think I will put 2 more of these F-35s. Yeah, let's get 2 more F-35As this time, and those will be more like tactical bombers, and because they have the same air rating exactly. 32, 34 at 173. 32, 34 at 173. In fact, the air rating of this is 44 for defense, and this one's 45. So technically, it's weird, but the F-35C is actually better at air combat. So it's in such a minor way. However, this is without a doubt better at ground attack. So, wow, 1,000 is the range? That is shorter than I expected, but it's, long enough for us. It's fine. So we'll get 1 more of these. Actually, we'll get 2 more of those after we're done building those. So we'll have a whole bunch of F-35s running around. Uranium, yes. Coal, yes. Uranium, yes. Coal, yes. Uranium and coal, the lifeblood of all these people. Radness just wants to see Arkansas and Oklahoma get... Wait, AR is Arizona, sorry. Not AK. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, I mean, it is true. Once Oklahoma and Arizona go down, we will have a nice looking country. A little, almost a square, almost a rectangle, I should say. What did we want to build as far as, well, we can't build anything yet because we haven't finished construction of these. Oh, we're building them now. Ah, very good. Okay. I hit that button and it actually started. Oh my God, are we building? That explains it. We're building these research centers, which are so expensive. But you know what? I'm just going to run with it now because the economy is not cratering yet. So I feel like we might be able to get away with it. Moscow declare war on... Oh, some of these wars are a little bizarre. Okay, yep. We're doing okay. You're doing fine, Oklahoma. Still some battles going on over here. Thank you again to Hawaii for bringing me vision of this. Oh, look at this. They have a DGG Kid. Is this Taiwan? Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. I was like, wait, is that? Okay, so southern. This is southern, right? Wait, no. Yeah. Okay, so this is southern, and northern has the typical flag. Okay. So southern China, I think, has the more population as well. Yeah, southern China is the most populous besides India, which actually has over 1 billion. And how is their war going? We haven't checked on that lately. Wow, Pakistan is making inroads. Not huge inroads, but they are making inroads. Yeah, this is all territory which is loyal to India. So basically it starts here, the border. And India pushed in over here. Now this is all Indian territory. So Pakistan is definitely making gains. But you can see it's the ebb and flow of it. Now India's pushing back. They've just taken Barmer again. Iran has declared war on Pakistan. It's a mess. Greece and England have reached a ceasefire. Uyghurastan and southern China have reached a ceasefire. Okay, we have more requests for rubber. Wait. I'm going to decline that one. I will accept this. And this. Okay. Wow, that was a monstrous push, but now they're cut off because of supply. I've done that myself, so. All right, let's see. Comments. Not really Texas is top tier. Mexico is bottom tier. I guess. Would Mexico be able to stand up to Texas? I see. That was the question that was being answered. No, yeah. Mexican units, they were like, we were using our F-15s, which is not even my top tier air superiority unit. And we were shooting down F-5 Tigers. So Mexico just didn't have. I don't know what Mexico has in real life. I don't know what their military consists of. I would have guessed it would be. Actually, I really have no idea. I don't know if they're on the F-35 shortlist, right? Japan, Korea, some of the NATO people, but Mexico's not NATO. I don't know. What does anybody know? I don't know. What does Mexico use for like their Air Force? Do they use MiGs? Do they use... Do they have an Air Force? It's kind of weird because, you know, like, who would Mexico need to fight? Only a player in Mexico could beat Texas? Yeah. It is fun to kind of let the AI run wild and see how it goes. You still hear some war stuff going on. The F5 is fairly accurate. Oh, I think you're assuming, I think you're saying that the F5 is accurately a portrayal of the Mexican Air Force. If that's the case, I don't know. Does not seem like a great idea. But that's fine. I mean, like I said, they're not really going to need their Air Force, so. Okay, rubber. It's nice to kind of sit back and relax and watch things happen. F5 still listed as their interceptor used. Huh. That's crazy. That is just crazy. So we made it almost a full year. By the way, we're almost out. Wait. In 4 more days, we have to stop and do a quick celebration of our timeline syncing. Well, not syncing, but converging on the same date at least. Pakistan, Manchuria. Budget-wise, we're still doing okay. That's good. In real life, the USAF is the Mexican Air Force. Yeah, honestly, it's really the only thing they need. They don't really need an Air Force. Okay, let's get these guys back. Yeah, because I need to get rid of this supply truck too. So go over here and unload. Over here. Siberia and South Korea. And I think that can happen. Wait, which Siberia was it? I think it was Western Siberia. So if it's Western Siberia, then they're not going to interact with Korea. You know what's a little bit weird is why is North Korea not in any wars? Something's not right here. They're at war with Pakistan and that's it. Even South Korea is at war with how many people? India, Southern China, and Western Siberia. Yeah, no, I understand the reason why South Korea wouldn't go to war with North Korea. And that kind of makes sense anyway. But I don't understand why North Korea is being so passive. Oh, wait. December 24th. It's 8 p.m. We're past it by a couple hours. Well, it's 8 p.m. if you're in Eastern time, so this is the perfect time for us to take a pause. I'm going to go get a refill of my drink. Let me catch up on chat first. Their current major engagement is the Mexican drug war. That's right. We're still talking about Mexico and what they're doing with their military. If Mexico gets military stuff from the U.S. as part of Merida. Is the exec of California Arnold Eastwood? It is, but I don't think it's a reference to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't think so, at least. Who had the worst 2020? Tortuga's timeline or ours? Well, if you even have to ask that, if there's even a comparison, because this obviously is just, well, it's good for Texas, but probably bad for a lot of people. The fact that our timeline is even in the running. So, I mean, there's no COVID in this one, at least that we know of. So, war is declared entirely based off of approval ratings plus the volatility setting. Hail Zenu. Okay, good. Well, then I'll be right back. I'm going to take a 30-second break just to get some water. And then I will continue. We probably won't stream for that much longer, though. This is a little fun Christmas Eve thing, but I have family. We're going to go decorate the tree after this. And then finish watching Elf. And if you haven't seen Elf the movie, God, I've seen it like 40 times. I still laugh the whole way through. It's so funny. Well, it might be Will Ferrell's best role. He's just so good in it. Anyways, I'll be right back. Just thought I'd do that on camera to confuse some people. We've all had one of those Zoom calls, I think, at this point where somebody forgot to mute. Anyway. I just need to get I got my water jug instead of filling my... instead of constantly moving my water glass back to the water source, why not bring the water source to me? Okay, so let's see. Merry Christmas, everyone, says Rob. Merry Christmas, Rob. My favorite Will Ferrell role is in Stranger Than Fiction. Gosh, Stranger Than Fiction. Interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting film. I'm not sure. I think part of the reason why I like Will Ferrell so much in Elf is because the movie is just so damn funny. Tucanos would be the best for Mexico. Cheap land attack aircraft, good enough for blasting mobsters. Elf, not Alf. That's right. Sounds like someone was pouring a Pepsi. Nope, that's just water. Yeah. Anyways, it's real. We had a funny time with somebody. Forgot to mute, and then somebody else didn't have the social awareness to like not. They started making a big deal about it. Oh boy, it was funny. Very awkward. U.S. uses the Tiger mostly as op-4. It was the fake MiG in Top Gun. Zeno teaches us the man on the cross is between lives Ingram imprinted on Thetans. When they drop a body, I don't... They're going to hospital to get a new body? Robert, I frankly don't understand what you said. But welcome to the stream. The only Zoom calls I've been on during the pandemic have been other people's while I was working on their homes. Oh, yeah. That must be equally awkward. Anyway, we can unpause here. Christmas decorations are usually taken out in my family before New Year's. Says Ocularis. Unless... Oh, I missed some exchange. So I missed Dakota Ferry's original comment, which that was a response to, that said, it's possible that Tortuga takes down the decorations after he opens presents. No, we leave them up for a while. We have a fake tree. There's no... Look at... My wife and I are both not huge fans of fake trees. I don't know. I don't know where the environmental thing sits on that. So I don't think it's a high enough impact thing to get too concerned about it. Oh, we're December 26th. It's almost 2021, and we really are coming up on 2021. It's really funny to be having like similar timelines. I mean, dates at least, not timelines, but dates. Oh, okay, that's not going to be a big deal. They're not going to be connected. Romania on Belgium, also not connected. Yeah, more rubber. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but... Whew. Alright, let's get in position and start doing this. Let's just make our first effort a war against Guatemala. So everyone has had time to repair. It's time to, like, kind of take stock of the situation. First of all, financial situation, not good. How is our progress on these? 20%. Yikes. That is a lot of construction remaining. I think we're going to just roll right over the Central American states. I mean, if Mexico fell very, very easily, I'm not expecting a difficult challenge from any of the other places. Now, by the way, has this finished yet? Because once these finish, and they're just finishing, that's going to be good. Just pause real fast and see how much was the build cost. Facility cost is 3.5. Maintenance will be a tenth of that, basically. So that's good. That's good. What is to be gained from Guatemala? Kodiak, what a silly question. It's just in our way of connecting everything in Central America to Texas. But just by their association with Mexico, they are part of the Mexico Must Fall conglomerate. Okay, so how do I want to do this? First of all, I think I'm going to get rid of my predators. I'm not terribly impressed with them, and they're pretty expensive. Okay, wait, are they high? No, yeah, they are close air targets, so that's not good. That's the easiest one to shoot down. Yeah, let's put these into reserves, and I'll probably sell those. And then we're going to continue to do this the world around. We need to continue. Okay, good. The sea production facility is now complete. By the way, did I want to scrap this whole hex? I didn't do it yet, but let's go ahead and do it. Scrap entire hex. Research breakthrough. Whoa! Upgraded manufacturing is done. Upgraded manufacturing. So first of all, I need to go back and see what upgraded manufacturing was. Okay, this is unit build speed up plus 7%, output of consumer goods up plus 10%. That's very nice. Now, does that open up for us? No. We have a long ways to go before we can get the next one. And does that open up this one? Also, the answer is no. Okay, but those are future topics, future technologies, which eventually we'll get to. Now, adaptable computing is plus research 5% versus, well, that's obviously the one we're going to do because it's the only one not unpaused. Healthcare costs down minus 2%. We're somehow making the budget work right now without doing that, so I don't think that's a big deal. Waste management is finished goods ore demand minus 10%, which would give us more ore. Is our ore production good, bad? Where are we at? We are below market value, so this would essentially give us more things we can sell. That's a good thing. Or alternatively, we can build more other things that require metal ore without actually exceeding our supply. Going back to the next one. Augmented reality is also research plus. So this is 214 days. This one is 312 days. Yeah, so there's no reason to do this. We would get 5% research bonus faster by doing the quicker tech. But let's just see what we actually want to do here. Upgraded agriculture. Output of agriculture up 15%. Yeah, our agriculture used to be worse. It's at market value, so it doesn't really matter. Our production's already really high. We don't need to do that research. High-speed rail, I think this is a good one. Infrastructure rating up plus 5%. Infrastructure cost down minus 5%. I don't think infrastructure cost is very much either, though. Just going to here. I think this is our yearly maintenance. Is it? I don't know. So would a yearly maintenance of... Well, I mean, it's either a yearly maintenance of like 2.2 or it's a yearly maintenance of like 700. Yeah, it's a yearly maintenance of 2.2. Which is still puts it lowest on all of our other, like if we included it as a social spending. No, wait. Infrastructure is just right here. So infrastructure spending is 40. Minus 2% of that is actually good. And we'll be able to, the rating will go up, so we'll actually be able to lower the cost even more because we can drop the spending down and it'll still stay the same as far as quality goes. In fact, our infrastructure rating is pretty good already. We can drop this down as it is. 40.1, let's drop it down maybe to 38. 37.8, that's fine. We'll do that. I don't think that'll cut the quality rating too much. So that is, I think, the best research for us. It's 5%, not even 2%. I misread it. Or I read it correctly, but in my head I put 2%, which is, what was that? One of the other ones we saw was 2%. So let's do this. We also have adaptable computing, which again is that research bonus. So, okay, good. So let's just continue. We do have naval research, naval production facilities. I don't think we're going to use them quite yet. What would we use them for? Well, right now, like nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing. I shouldn't have built these. Honestly, I shouldn't have built. I should build one just to have one, I guess, but we really don't need these. After having built them, I don't want to spend the time to scrap them. That seems like too extreme. Okay, yeah, accept this. Money's dropping quickly, that's fine. We know just how to solve that. We just sell. We have 500,000 stored. Be 200,000. And that should help pay off things nicely. Can I get it at 194? No. I can get it at 195. Let's see if is anybody willing to pay 195? Find out in a couple more minutes here. No. No one's willing to pay 195. Okay, alright, I'll come back down to 193. Maybe. Damn it! I can't! Okay, we're stuck unless I drop down to 191, which I don't want to do. There are people offering to buy uranium. I'll just accept those. Yeah, and as I said, we need to... Okay, so let's take a look at what we have out here. I guess I could just do active units. All units, deployed units. Let's see what we have here. So we do have some of the... I thought we had other helicopters. I don't know where they went. They probably were repairing. All right, good. We have a lot of good stuff now. We've actually acquired more units because we took them from Mexico. Land armies, I think we're going to keep everything. I'm not like too crazy about the stingers. So if I was to try to sell anything, how much would these sell for? Dude, their maintenance is... Oh. Actually, that's... Okay. They're so useless that, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to put all of these... Sorry, can you guys... Stingers. I just need to find one stinger. Stinger. Select all types. Reserve. Go. Okay, good. So those guys are gone. I probably don't need any AA, but at least the motorized ones I'll keep around. Those, they aren't that bad. This supply truck, it's like I really... Oh yeah, that's another... That reminds me. What are we building right now? We still have... Oh man, 6 days. So let me scrap all of these real fast. So, because I want to get a heavy supply... Oh god. Do we not have a heavy supply truck? Yeah, I'm actually already showing obsolete units. So we simply don't know how to build a heavy supply truck. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, who's gonna know how to build a heavy supply truck? For the love of goodness. You don't? Arizona? Where do we build supply trucks? Who knows how to build a supply truck? How difficult can it be? Thank you. Okay, for 14 million, we'll pay whatever you want for that. 28 million, that's fine. We'll take it. Okay, so yes, rubber. Yes. Yes. And yes. Did they accept, by the way? Did we get our design? Okay, supply depots on. We have Japan declared war on North Korea. So speaking of North Korea, that's the one right there. I was waiting for this to happen. It's mostly going to be a naval conflict, I guess. Then we have ceasefires and southern China on Inner Mongolia. That's all fine. I mean, the world's falling apart. You get it. You get the point. Okay, let me actually, pay attention to the chat. He can annex Mexico at any time. Okay, so let's go a little bit further. I missed something here. My parents once left the fake tree up for 3 years straight. Wow. Yeah. That's impressive. Rookie numbers. What's to be gained from Guatemala? Now we're back to where I remember. Tortuga Man has chosen not to make a wall, but to add the South into his country. That's right. It was easier this way. Maybe less expensive. Here we go. Illinois. Metal ore. Interesting. They want metal ore? Absolutely. I can't believe we've got to the point where we're actually surplus on metal ore. Oh my gosh, by a lot. These two I added? Or maybe I had some that just weren't complete. Oh Lord, we need to make some sales like pronto. Okay, petroleum. I'm taking control back. You didn't raise the domestic price that much. I don't understand. I don't have a good feel for the domestic price. Okay, anyways, let me continue to read it. Monroe Doctrine, the land that is Texas, they just don't yet. Infrastructure improves supply, which improves production. It's always a good thing. Wow, my chat just scrolled window. It just makes supply spread more efficient. It's often better to build local supply for production. That's usually what I do, just build supply depots right next to my production centers. If I could, I would scrap everything and do it all by hand. You must unite the whole continent of North America. Radness, that is the goal. We'll get there eventually. Man, Japan's going crazy. It's funny to me that all like the democratic countries are going so crazy with their war declarations, and all the like more authoritarian countries are playing passive. It's very unusual. Okay, so we're locking petroleum so that we can do some manual sales. So we need to sell. We need money. Give me money. Not doing too bad, I think. Yeah, we are. We have 5 days of money left. That's not good. Now, if worse comes to worse, I will just drop the price. Like if we get down to 1 day left, I will just drop the price. So there, we only changed by 800. It was less than that, I think, but it went down by 300 million by my accounting. Oh, that's because it was minus 800 plus 500. We're just waiting for this number to jump way up. 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 It jumped way up. Petroleum. Petroleum sold. Hooray! Can you imagine being like on the brink of economic collapse? You're just waiting for somebody to buy oil. Saudi Arabia. Or I guess could also happen to Russia. So we only have 45 million left, but yeah, the price is still good. Still happy with this. Okay, again, let me continue to try to catch up on chat. I've had a lot of problems with manpower shortages. Your infantry should be better AA than the Stingers. Yeah. I think the thing is, it doesn't matter. None of our land forces are going to be touched by air because our air superiority is just so good. What I found is I need tons of good infantry, which makes building one more infantry more productive than dedicated AA unit until the 100 plus kilometer missile units. Yeah, I guess that's my experience as well. As a land unit that can fight other land units is like 10 times or more valuable than an AA unit because I always have air superiority. And what I probably could do is just cut back on my air superiority to rely on AA more. But the AA, land AA is just not mobile and you don't really want to do that. And it's more fun. It's more fun to just absolutely wreck everyone from an air perspective. So let's do it that way. All right, basically, I don't really know who I'm going to manage here. Do we want to get rid of the dragons too? Those actually technically have a purpose, but the problem is, the only problem is that they're unfortunately damn slow. They're just damn slow. I think everybody in this pile is going to go. Sounds like it is time to wrap up the stream, by the way. I'm hearing the stirrings of life in the background. So I'll just move everyone to the border. Yeah, we'll just move everyone down to southern Mexico and we'll prepare. And I guess this is where we will start the series on the channel. Oh god, I made a mistake. I wanted to do that only for ground forces. So if you're an air force, you should move to an air area. How many do we have actually selected here? Okay, only 3. Then, actually 2 of them are helicopters, so they're fine no matter what. But the one that actually needs to land somewhere... Oh, we have a lot of units here. Okay, so let's get the F-15 to this as well. We'll take the F-16s there as well. The F-117s need to pick a different spot. They can pick a little further back. Yeah, here. The Raptors, we're not even going to... you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the Raptors on reserve. I probably should have done this a long time ago to save money. We just don't need them. Which is great. We probably will need them eventually, but not right now. Should have done that a long, long time ago. Probably also don't need all of these, but I will grab all the land units. And I don't need all these land units either, but I would like to have all of them down there, just so we can push that much faster. So, that's good. Economy's back up and looking good. Look, we'll unlock this. Go ahead and do whatever you want. We just sell petroleum. We just sell oil. This is truly what Texas kind of you would think would do. Actually, it's just they wouldn't be doing it in these huge batches like I'm doing, but that's because I don't have time to micromanage every day. But yeah, Texas is going to make money off their oil. Makes sense. Okay, so this is a good deal. Metal, so this is a yes. This is a yes. This is a yes. This is a yes. And that's a yes. Okay. Accept them all. All of them are considered good deals. And good, man. I really feel like we're making progress. Helicopters. Yeah, we do have a lot of helicopters here. I'm not sure who all we want to keep. Like, what are you? You look like a Hawkeye. Are you some variant of the Hawkeye, I imagine? ERJ 145. Looks like an EC2. It has 195 for spotting. That is enormous. Yeah, you are a very, very good spotting or recon aircraft. Patrol. Patrol? Yeah, patrol. That's what they're called. But you're basically recon. Yeah, so we'll put you. You will stay with us. The C-130H, cargo capacity of 240, actual cargo capacity of 120. So that's why it's so confusing. See, you can see the cargo is listed here is only 120, so it only carries units of up to 120. So why does it say cargo capacity of 240 here? And then if I go over to the other example, we had the Wasp has cargo capacity of 12,000. And this one actually has cargo of 12,000. Just don't understand it. It's rather confusing to me. I don't know. It's a mystery. Is it done? Okay, let's pick a supply vehicle. I think we have some supply vehicles somewhere, right? Oh god, I didn't put the Green Berets on a supply truck. We're gonna probably have to call back. Oh man, all of them. Okay, supply truck, perfect. So let's see what your deal is. You say 192. You have a cargo of 192. I don't understand it. Oh well. P3's into reserve. They're anti-submarine. Yeah, the Orions. Well, they are okay. So definitely that they are built for like a naval role. But in this game, they act just as good as spotters. I mean, it says ASW right in their name, right? Anti-submarine warfare. However, they have a spotting of 113. So the huge benefit, probably the premium you'll pay for them as far as price goes, is the fact that they have precision spotting. So that means that they can spot and, even attack helicopters. Submarines. But they're also good in any role, just a normal spotting role. 113 it's very good range. So it's obviously not the other one, but Super Hercules, C-130J. This is 240, but this is the J, so I don't know if this is going to have any. Yeah, this one has 240 per cargo. What? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know, whatever. This game, I think that there just needs to be a little bit. Okay, here's another Predator, which I'll probably put on to reserve, and then eventually sell those. I don't want the Predators around anymore. You know what? I think we will put the Orions into reserve though, because I don't think we need them. We are not going to need very much recon for the upcoming. Like this ERJ is going to be sufficient for us. This Hawkeye, I'm just going to call it a Hawkeye. I'm sure this will be more than enough, and it has good range, so it can operate from a little bit of a distance. We can move the 2 helicopters forward. Actually, I can move the Venom 77. Is that enough cargo space? I think the Green Berets way more than that. They weigh 135. Oh my gosh. But something may weigh light enough the Dragons? The Dragons weigh 82, so they're too much. The Marines, I think also weigh a lot. 90. Okay, so this, the Venom, basically the combat Huey, is not, unfortunately, big enough to carry anything. That's a bummer. What about the 130F? So this shouldn't be able to carry anything. Yeah, it's 54 cargo. I don't know if this is pretty expensive. It's a air refueler. I don't know if we're ever going to use it. Well, let's at least put it on reserve now. We're finally starting to do some of the efficiency stuff that we should have been doing from the very beginning. Probably would have helped our economy a whole bunch. Uranium, yes. Anyways, I'm going to have to bring the stream to a close here. So this is the plan for this series. It is now going to shift to the channel. Hooray! And it's been a lot of fun streaming this. I have seen several comments asking me if I can stream Shadow Empire. So this is one of those things. Hopefully everyone knows, it's in the video description, how to access my Discord channel. One of the things I would love to get is more feedback. I mean, okay, everyone loves feedback, but if you ever want a series or something on any particular game, if you feel like it's already in my wheelhouse, something like Shadow Empire, right? Or Rule the Waves, these are 2 main ones lately. Or even like this, Supreme Ruler. and you want to recommend it as something that I would stream, feel free to jump on the Discord and just at Tortuga Power. Just send me a message directly. I don't mind that, and let me know what you think. Oh, okay, interesting. So anyway, this is just it's thoughts. If you want to, I don't know what to stream sometimes. So if you have any thoughts on that, just feel free to let me know what your opinion is. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to conclude this video, this stream. So thanks to everyone coming out. Thanks Kodiak. Thanks Dakota. Thanks Robert. Thanks Scream Blaster, Atomic Bobbly, Kurt, otherwise known as Oak Tree. Honorade Reye. Sorry you came a little bit. I didn't see you there, but now welcome. And hello, goodbye type thing. Radness. Everyone who came out. That's just a XT6 wagon. Had a lot of fun, and this Supreme Ruler, after the Texas series finishes, I don't know how much further we'll get. We might just do Texas series to conquer the Panama Canal, take Arizona and Oklahoma, and then call it there. Because I've already started a 1936 Japan campaign to see if that would be fun to do for the channel. I am planning to play as Japan in a game which will cover the World War II time period. I have juggled between whether or not this would be done in Hearts of Iron 3, Hearts of Iron 4, Supreme Ruler, Victory at Sea Pacific. I think that's it. Yeah, which one of those I would be done by, but I don't know. So anyways, like I said, if you have any thoughts or any recommendations of stuff you'd like me to cover, you can always leave it in the comments section. I might miss it if it's in the stream chat, but just leave it in the Discord or in the comment section, and I'm really open to those kind of suggestions. So that's it for me. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. And I'll probably be streaming again after Christmas, but I hope everyone has a nice, restful time from hopefully a nice conclusion to what has been a pretty crazy year. So thanks, everyone. Take care, and I'll catch you